Hello and welcome to my class. In this lecture, I like to talk about evaluating logarithms, more specifically the power rule. So you're going to need this formula. Log base a of x to the p power equals p times log base a of x. So in this equation, we have log base 2, 4 to the 10th power. The first thing we want to do is use our power rule to rewrite the equation. So we can bring this 10 all the way to the front. So we can rewrite this equation as 10 times log base 2 of 4. Now the next thing we have to do is evaluate log base 2 of 4. So this is stating 2 to what power is 4. And if we didn't know, we can just keep multiplying 2. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4, but that's also equal to 2 squared because we use 2 2's. Therefore, log base 2 of 4 is simply just going to go to 2. But I still have that 10 out in front, so it's going to be 10 times 2, which is 20. So in this equation, we have log base 4, 16 to the 8th power. We can rewrite this by using our power rule. So this 8 would simply come in front. So if I was going to rewrite this equation, it would be 8 times log base 4 of 16. Now, the next thing I have to do is evaluate log base 4 of 16. So in order to do that, I ask myself, 4 to the what power is 16? And if we didn't know, we can just start off by multiplying our 4's. 4 times 4 is equal to 4 squared, but it's also equal to 16. And therefore, the power of 4 that gives you 16 is simply going to be 2. In other words, log base 4 of 16 is just going to equal 2. And therefore, I have 8 times 2, which is just 16. So in this example, I have log base 3, 9 to the 4th power. First thing I want to do is the power rule and rewrite the equation. So we can bring this 4 all the way to the front. So in other words, we can rewrite this equation as 4 times log base 3 of 9. Now, next thing we have to do is evaluate log base 3 of 9. So one way we can think about this as 3 to what power gives you 9? And if you didn't know, you can just start multiplying together 3's. 3 times 3, that's 9, but it's also equal to 3 squared. So therefore, 3 to the 2nd power is going to equal 9, which means this logarithm, log base 3 of 9, is just going to be 2. Therefore, our answer is going to be 4 times 2, because we still have this 4 hanging out. So 4 times 2 is 8, and that would be the answer. Alrighty, in this equation we have log base 7 of 49 to the 5th power. Pause, take a break, see if you can figure this one out. Alrighty, in case you guessed it, we're going to start off by using the power rule. We're going to move this 5 all the way to the front. And so we can rewrite this equation as 5 times log base 7 of 49. And now we have to evaluate log base 749. So intuitively, this is saying 7 to what power is 49? And if you didn't know it, you can start off by multiplying your sevens. So you can go 7 times 7. Well, that's 49, but it's also equal to 7 squared. And therefore, 7 to the second power gives you 49. So this equation, log base 7 of 49, is simply going to go to 2. But we still have the 5 out in front, so it's going to be 5 times 2, which equals 10. So in this example, we have log base 2, 64 to the 12th power. So we're going to start off by using our power rule, and we're going to rewrite this equation by bringing the 12 in the front. And so we can rewrite it as 12 times log base 2 of 64. So our next step is to evaluate log base 2 of 64. So this is saying 2 to what power is 64? And if we don't know, we can just multiply 2's together until we get 64. So let's do that. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. 32 times 2 is 64. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2's. So therefore, 64 is equal to 2 to the 6th power. Awesome. So therefore we know log base 2 of 64 is just going to be equal to 6. But remember, we still have that 12 in front, so the answer is actually 12 times 6, which is 72. Alrighty, in this example, we have log base 5 of 125 to the 10th power. So we're going to start off by using our power rule, and we're going to bring this 10 all the way to the front. So we can rewrite this equation as 10 times log base 5 of 125. Now, we have to evaluate log base 5 of 125. So in order to do that, we have to ask ourselves, 5 to the what power is 125? And if we don't know that, we simply just multiply 5's. So 5 times 5 is 25, and then 25 times 5 is 125. But 125 is also equal to, right, 5 cubed, because I used 3 5's. So, therefore, 5 to the 3rd power gives you 125. And that answers this logarithm, log base 5, 125. So that's just going to be 3. And then I am still multiplying by 10, so it's 10 times 3. And thus the answer would just be 30.